Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name CarriersCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing 4th week of the June month. This will be an interesting session, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. The first question we are discussing is related with respect to the electricity rules of 2020 as of June 2023, right? We know that recently some rules were amended related to the tariffs of electricity, and it stated that during daytime people consuming electricity will be charged 10 to 20% less, and during night time the same person or the same consumer will be charged 10 to 20% more. Correct? This tariff, that is your time of day tariff, would be applicable for commercial and industrial consumers having maximum demand of 10 kilowatt per hour and above from 1st of April 2024. Correct? So from 1st of April, from 2024, this will be applicable, and this will be in which two sectors? In commercial and industrial sector, right? This is not applicable for the residential sector. Correct? So for your household it won't matter if you are using the electricity during day or night time. So let's look at some of the correct points with respect to ABC here. Option A, government amended the rules by introducing TOD tariff and rationalizing smart metering provision. So is option A correct? Yes. B, under this TOD system, traffic during solar hours, that is during 8 hours in a day, state electricity regulation, among them the day shall be 10 to 20% less than the normal tariff, while tariff during the peak hours will be 10 to 20% higher. So yes, option B is also correct. C is that TOD tariff would be applicable for commercial and industrial having maximum demand of 50 kW, that is kilowatt and above from 1st of December. So no, it will be applicable for the consumers of commercial and industrial having a 50 k, instead of 50 it will be 10 kilowatt, and it won't be from 1st of December, it will be from 1st of April 2023. So right option here is option A and B. Correct? And remember here the agriculture sector will also be included from 1st of April 2025. Correct? And for commercial and industrial it is 1st of April 2024. Next, according to THE Asia University ranking of 2023, that is your Times Higher Education ranking of 2023 that is released in June 2023, the Indian Institute of Science, that is IISc Bangalore of Karnataka, was ranked 48th on this overall list and it has emerged as the highest ranked Indian institute is dash in the list. So Tsinghua University, that is in China, it has emerged as the rank 1, or it has emerged as rank 1 in this THE Asia University ranking of 2023, while this IISc Bangalore Karnataka has emerged on the 48th position. Correct? So right answer here is option 4th. Then coming back, remember what is the rank of IISc? It is in Bangalore Karnataka and the rank here is 48th. This university was topped by Tsinghua University of China, right? On second position it is your Peking University, correct? And on third position it is your Singapore's National University of Singapore, right? And remember, this was the 11th edition of the Times Higher Education Asia University ranking. Then most of the universities in the overall rankings are from Japan, followed by China, India, Iran and Turkey. Correct? Also, the top 200 list includes two institutions from Bangladesh for the first time, that is University of Dhaka and North South University. Next, name the Bharat 6th Generation Vision Framework that was recently approved by the International Telecommunication Union. So it is your IMT 2030, right? It is the 6th Generation Vision Framework, and here 6th generation stands for, it is for the speed of communication, right? For the speed of internet, we can say. So this this new 6G vision contained in the draft for the new recommendation, that is ITU or MIMT framework for 2030. This will provide various framework plan ahead, various planning that will be done, right? All the objectives of the future development, and this is for the 2030 and beyond. This framework recommend will based on the 6G work across different research groups, correct? So right option is IMT 2030. Next, according to EIU, Economics Intelligence Unit, they released this Global Livability Index, and this was released in the month of June, and it was stated that Mumbai and Delhi in India secured dash rank in the list, whereas world's most livability city for the second consecutive year is dash. So coming back, Global Livability Index for 2023, this was released. It was released by EIU, and here New Delhi and Mumbai, what was the rank here? The rank here was 141, that the New Delhi and Mumbai stood at 141th position in this Global Livability Index, right? Then next question here asked is that India, here this Mumbai and Delhi secured 141st rank, while dash topped this index. So Vienna, the capital of Austria, has topped this index for the second consecutive row, correct? Then remember, Copenhagen, Denmark was on the second position, whereas Melbourne and Sydney of Australia were on the third and fourth position respectively. So the correct option here becomes option 2, right? Vienna, Australia on the first position. On 141st it is Mumbai and Delhi, and on the second position is Copenhagen of Denmark, right? And if we see the worst city in the world to live, it is your Damascus. Damascus is the capital of Syria, and what is the rank here? It is 173. It is the worst city for the, or we can say worst livable city in the world, correct? Then if we talk about Chennai, what is the rank of Chennai? It is 144th. Rank of Ahmedabad 147th. Rank of Bangalore, it is 148th. Next, name the organization that recently approved $295 million loan to improve transport connectivity in Bihar. I repeat, name the organization that recently approved $295 million loan to improve the transport connectivity in Bihar. It is your Asian Development Bank, correct? They approved $295 million loan, and this is to improve the transport connectivity in Bihar. This loan will be utilized towards widening and upgradation of 265 kilometers of state highways, and the government is also contributing here $156.6 million for the same, right? Next, which of the following Indian companies has recently featured on the Time 100 Most Influential Companies of 2023, the Time magazine's annual list under the Pioneer category? The answer here among the following ABCD is, it is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, and Meesho. So both option 1 and 2 are correct. These NPCI and Meesho, these are the two companies that have been recently featured on the Time 100 Most Influential Companies for 2023. Reason for NPCI to be on this list is that we know they launched UPI, and UPI is going global, and it has made the transaction or finance a revolution, right? It basically, we can say, UPI brought a revolution in the payment sector. Right now payment has become very easy. Transfer of money from one bank account to another bank account has become really easy. And for Meesho, they have revolutionized the e-commerce sector, and they have, this is a e-commerce platform where you can buy various clothes, shoes, right, various accessories for your outfits also, correct? So these two companies were listed under Pioneer category under the in the Times 100 Most Influential Companies of 2023. Next, name the union minister who has recently launched PM Kisan mobile app with face authentication feature. Where we can see this face authentication feature, you can see them in your mobile phones, right? If you have a better smartphone, you will be able to see that it has a face authentication, and your phone will be unlocked only if you are having or your face is visible, right? If you have logged it with your face, then your phone will be unlocked just by you only, and no other person will be able to unlock it. So for the same, right, recently for this mobile Kisan application, this face authentication feature was launched, and this was launched by Narendra Singh Tomar, who is our Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, right? It was launched under the scheme for income support to farmers, that is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, correct? Apart from this, remember this application will feature uh, your face authentication, and also it will have one time password, that is OTP, for and fingerprint also, in case due to some glitch or due to some, basically if you have are having a dirty face or a dirty camera, and if it is not able to register your face or unlock it with your face, you can log in using OTP or your fingerprint, correct? Next, which company has recently conducted the flight qualification test of Raman 1 engine that is intended for roll attitude control in the Vikram 1 rocket in Bangalore, Karnataka, right? So this Raman 1 engine, right, the test of this Raman 1 engine will be, or we can say this Raman 1 engine will be used in which rocket? In Vikram 1 rocket, right? Where was this test done? This was test done in Bangalore, Karnataka. Now the question asked here is that this Raman 1 engine was tested by which company? This was tested by Skyroot Aerospace, right? This is Hyderabad, Telangana based private Indian space company, right? And they have recently tested this Raman 1 engine that was tested from Bangalore, Karnataka, and this will be used in Vikram 1 rocket, correct? Next, name the bank that recently signed an MOU with Tamil Nadu State Rural Livelihood Mission to promote the growth of self-help groups. Basically, to help the self-help groups grow, to market their products, and to provide them opportunities where they will be able to sell their products or services. For this, which bank? It is your Indian Overseas Bank, right? They have tied up or they have signed an MOU with Tamil Nadu State Rural Livelihood Mission, correct? Then remember this GEM. What is GEM? Government e-marketplace. This is India's leading online public platform, right? They signed an MOU with Tanistia. What is this? TANSTIA. TANSTIA. This is Tamil Nadu Small and Tiny Industries Association. I repeat, GEM, Government e-marketplace. They recently signed an MOU with Tamil Nadu Small and Tiny Industries Association, that is Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and this is basically to enhance the seller base of government e-marketplace. Correct? Next, which state will get India's first gigafactory for manufacturing lithium ion cells? It is your Gujarat. Right? First gigafactory for manufacturing of lithium ion cells. In Gujarat only, artificial diamonds will be made. Right? In Gujarat only, it was earlier said that manufacturing of semiconductors will take place. Then in Gujarat only first steel slag road was there. Correct? Then in Gujarat recently, if you remember, first university or first branch or first campus of a foreign university is being set up, that is of Deakin University. This Deakin University is of Australia, and remember where this will be? It will be in Gift City, that is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Correct? So coming back, where this will be set up? It will be in Gujarat. Next, which bank has recently launched electronic bank guarantee in partnership with NESL? So this EBG, electronic bank guarantee, that was launched in collaboration or in partnership with NESL. Which bank has launched it? It is your Bank of Baroda. Right? What is this e-bank guarantee? Earlier it used to take 3 to 4 business days to get these bank guarantees from the bank, and then only the further work was done. But now with this e, that means electronics, that means everything is digital and everything will be provided online. This bank guarantee are provided in the digital format within just few minutes to just 1 business day. It won't take more than 1 business day to be provided with these bank guarantees. Correct? So it is your Bank of Baroda. They have launched this EBG in partnership with NESL. Correct? A bank guarantee, this is a promise by any financial institution to meet the liabilities of a business or individual. Correct? Next you have to tell which among the following is correct with respect to National Energy Data Survey and Analysis of 21-22 report that was released by Raj Kumar Singh, who is our Union Minister of Power, New and Renewable Energy, in June 2023. The report is produced by Energy Data Management Unit under the Central Electricity Authority, that comes under the Ministry of Power, in collaboration with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Right? Is the option A correct? So yes, the option A is wrong. Why option A is wrong? Because remember, this report is produced by Energy Management Unit, that comes under the BEE, not under the Central Electricity Authority. What is BEE? BEE is your Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Correct? Bureau of Energy Efficiency plus Niti Aayog, they will provide detailed insights into the energy supply and consumption patterns across various sectors of Indian economy. Now the second option is, the report indicates 8% decrease in energy consumption in the year 21-22, and the share of electrification on consumption has increased to 20.9%. So remember, in actual the report indicates that there is a how much percent decrease in energy consumption? There is 18% lower energy consumption in the last year, and the share of electrification on consumption has increased by 20.9%. Correct? So option B, is it correct? This is right. This is 8% decrease in energy consumption and 20.9% increase in the electricity on consumption. Correct? So option B is right here. I thought this is something else, right? It is 8%. The report indicates 8% decrease in energy consumption in the year 21-22. Now the option C is, energy supply to the economy for the past 6 years is actually less by 18% than previous reported by utilizing India coal conversion factors instead of International Energy Agency's conversion factor. So is option C correct? So yes, option C is also correct. correct. So right option here is only B and C. Right. Next, which among the following autonomous bodies attached offices of the Ministry of Women, Child and Development has been discontinued? So among them which have been discontinued, see, remember all these three have been discontinued. First is your Central Social Welfare Board, it has been discontinued. Food and Nutrition Board has been discontinued. Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, it has been also discontinued. If we talk about Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, this was launched in 1993 to extend the collateral free credit to women in the informal sector. If we talk about Central Social Welfare Board, this was formed in 1953 as a charitable company, and it was one of the first efforts by the Indian government to build a body on the principle of voluntarism and aims to function like an NGO. And if we talk about Food and Nutrition Board, it was set up in 1964 and it is an attached office of the Ministry of Women, Child and Development. Originally with the Ministry of Food, it was shifted to the Ministry of Women, Child and Development in 1993. So all these three has been recently discontinued. Next, Indian Railways has recently announced a plan to introduce India's first hydrogen train that is expected to start operating from Jind, Haryana, right, by March 2024. I repeat, Indian Railways, they announced that they were planning to introduce India's first hydrogen train and it is expected to start by March 2024 and it will be in Jind, Haryana. Then if I ask you, India's first pure green hydrogen making plant was set up in Jorhat and it is in Assam. Correct? Then in Assam only, if you remember, a pilot project was started that will cater to the or that will be based on the usage of hydrogen, of green hydrogen. Green hydrogen, this plant has been set up, or not a plant, a generator is using this green hydrogen in a resort and it will be tested for few days there, and after that a report will be submitted for this pilot project, that how good a hydrogen is or how good is green hydrogen if we want to consume electricity for the same. Correct? Next, which among the following are correct with respect to the summit for new global financial pact that was held in Paris, France? So which among the following is correct according to this Paris fact? If we talk about it, this summit for a new global financial pact, it was held where? It was held in Paris, France, right? And World Bank here announced a new and expanded toolkit to support countries towards the crisis preparedness, response and recovery. This toolkit will include offering a pause in debt payments, a pause in debt payments for the most vulnerable countries in the time of crisis and catastrophe. Second thing, redirecting financing, giving the countries flexibility to quickly redirect a portion of their funds for emergency response. And third, linking crisis preparedness and financing to allow more countries to build emergency system and have quick dispersing financial available in the time of crisis. Correct? Another thing, remember recently during this summit that was held in Paris, France, IMF director, that is International Monetary Fund director, Kristalina Georgieva, announced that IMF has reached their target of making $100 billion in special drawing rights available for vulnerable countries. Right? If you remember recently, IMF has granted a bailout of $3 billion to Pakistan, and because of this bailout, the stock market of Pakistan shoot up and it has risen, and it was a record breaking rise in the last 15 years, due to which the stock market of Pakistan was halted, right? So coming back, if we look at the options A, B and C, you will be seeing option A, World Bank announced new and expanded toolkit to support countries toward crisis. So option A is correct. B, the toolkit includes offering pause in the debt payments for the most vulnerable countries in the time of crisis. So option B is also correct. C, IMF director Rodrigo Waltz. No, this is wrong. Who is the managing director? IMF director managing director Kristalina Georgieva. Correct? And they announced a target of making $100 billion in special drawing rights available for vulnerable nations. So only B and C is correct here. Next, which insurance company recently launched Nishchit pension plan that is a comprehensive retirement solution? So this Nishchit pension plan, this was launched by Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance, and this is a retirement solution, right? It is a non-linked, non-participating individual pension plan for retirement, and remember it was launched by Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to Sahitya Academy Bal Sahitya Puruskar 2023? Let's see option 1. The Executive Board of Sahitya Academy, that comes under the Ministry of Culture, they announced 22 winners of Bal Sahitya Puruskar. So were there 22 winners announced? So yes, 22 winners were announced. One was for story, 7 were for short stories, 7 were for novels, 1 for poetries and stories, 1 for play, 1 for memoir, and 4 for poetry. Correct? So option A is right here. Second, Rothindranath Goswami received Sahitya Academy Bal Sahitya Puruskar for Chandpur Ki Chand short stories in Hindi language. So no, this is wrong. Suryanath Singh has received Sahitya Academy Bal Sahitya Puruskar for 2023, and that was for Kotup app short stories. This is not for Chandpur Ki Chand stories, it is for Kotup app short stories, and that is in Hindi language. So option B is wrong here. Third, Sudha Murthy received Bal Sahitya Puruskar 2023 for grandparents bag of stories under story category in English language. So option C is also correct here. So right option here is option A and C. Correct? Next is, according to the Forbes world's most influential CMOs, that is your chief marketing officer. Correct? A list was released in 2023 about the most influential chief marketing officers in the world. So if we look at the list, who has topped this list? William White, and I've told you how to remember it. www. William White for Walmart has topped this list. Correct? I repeat, according to this Forbes world's most influential CMO list of 2023, William White of Walmart has topped this list. Then who was the only Indian in the top 10 in this list? He is Harish Bhatt, and he is the CMO of Tata Group. So what is the correct option here? Option 4th, that on 10th position is your Harish Bhatt. He is the brand custodian of Tata Group. He is the CMO of Tata Group. And William White secured the first position. He is the most influential CMO of Walmart. Correct? William White. Next. Name the IIT that recently conducted a test flight experiment for their cloud seeding project. It is your IIT Kanpur, right? This is in Uttar Pradesh, and they successfully conducted the test flight experiment for their cloud seeding technology. Now, what is this cloud seeding technology that is useful for doing rain, right? With the help of a chemical that is sprayed into the clouds, that is silver iodide. This is sprayed into the clouds. The clouds or the water vapors becomes heavy and they starts to rain. Correct? So these chemicals, silver iodide, dry ice, salt or other elements that are used, they will do rainfall when they are sprayed into the cloud, and that is your cloud seeding technology. Dubai last year used this cloud seeding technology to do rain during the heat or during the summer season last year. Then European nations, they used to do this. Even China used this technology in order to provide irrigation during last year during the summer, right? When there was a drought going on in China, they used this technology for rainfall. Correct? Next. Name the state that recently hosted Labor 20 Summit as a part of the G20 Summit in India. It is your Bihar. Correct? Governor of Bihar, Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar, they inaugurated this L20 Summit. It is a part of the G20 Summit only. And where was this held? It was held in Patna, Bihar. Correct? Then from when to when this was held? From 21st to 23rd of June, we observed this Labor 20 Summit. The topics discussed at the summit are social security of laborers and women's security at the workplace. In this conference, 173 delegates from 28 different nations took part, and India has invited Bangladesh, Egypt, Mauritius, Netherlands, Nigeria, Oman, UAE to participate in this summit as a part of their chairmanship. Correct? Next, according to Falling Short, addressing the climate financing gap for children, report released by members of the Children's Environmental Rights Initiative CERI Coalition, Plan International, Save the Children and United Nations Children's Fund, that is UNICEF, in June, just dash of the climate finance from the key multilateral climate fund was used as supporting child response activities. Correct? So according to this report that was released by CERI, Plan International, Save the Children and UNICEF, according to them, despite the fact of the climate crisis children are being failed by the climate funding commitments, right? We know that because of this climate change, a report was released that almost 12 million children had migrated or they have shifted from their location to different part, right? The reason is climate change given. And similarly, it mentioned here that though we are spending so much money on the climate change, and it stated that almost 2.4% of the climate finance from these multilateral climate funds that accumulates to of over $1.2 billion or 70.6 million average are used for the child responsive activities, but still that amount is not enough. We need more money, we need to spend more money for the same. In total, 591 project proposals were assessed, and this was between 2006 to 2023. Correct? Next is according to the 2023 World Drug Report that was released by United Nations Office on Drug and Crime in June, globally around 296 million people used drugs in 2021 alone. Right? This is the data for 2023 itself that was released by UNODC, and they stated that in 2021 alone a total of 296 million people used drugs. Based on this new data, the global estimate of people who inject drugs in 21-22 or in 2021 alone are 13.2 million, right? And this is those who inject drugs using syringe or needles, right? And this is 18 to 20% higher than that in 2020. The number of people who suffer from drug use disorders, they have increased to over 45% over the last 10 years. Correct? So coming back, the right option here is 296 million people use drugs in 2021 alone, and this report was released by UNODC. Next is which among the following multilateral development banks they recently partnered with the World Health Organization to launch the new health impact investment platform. It is your all among the three, all option 3, African Development Bank, European Investment Bank and Islamic Development Bank. Correct? These three recently partnered with whom they partnered with WHO to launch a new health impact investment platform. Right? The aim here is to strengthen and invest in the climate and crisis resilient primary healthcare services in both low income and low and middle income countries. The platform was launched during a summit for new global financing pact that was taking place in Paris, France. Correct? Then remember, during this they will provide 1.5 million or 1.5 billion euros for the low income countries and low income middle countries in the form of loans and grants for primary healthcare services for vulnerable populations and communities. Correct? So it is your African Development Bank, European Investment Bank, and Islamic Development Bank. They partnered with WHO to provide the financing for the primary healthcare services in both low income countries and both low income and middle income countries. Next, World Bank has recently granted how much loan to improve the quality of technical education and expand career opportunities for students in India. So, World Bank granted $255.5 million loan to improve the quality of technical education and expand career opportunities for students in India. The maturity period for this will be 14 years, correct, and a grace period of 5 years will be provided, and this amount of money will be used to improve the quality of education in India, or we can say to improve the quality of technical education in India. This project will run for 5 years. This will be spread across 275 government run technical institutions and they will be covering 3.5 lakh students here. Correct? Next, which of the following personalities has not won the first edition of the UNESCO Al Fawzan International Prize 2023? Right option A here is which among the following has not won? So Leela Haza has not won the UNESCO Al Fawzan International Prize for 2023. Dr. Federico Edril, Kwame Few, and Hesham Omran. They all three have won the UNESCO's Al Fawzan International Prize. And remember, this is the first edition, or we can say the inaugural edition of the UNESCO Al Fawzan International Prize 2023. Correct? Apart from these three, remember Dr. Jelena Vladic and Professor Abdon Atangana. These are the total 5 individuals who have won the first ever edition of the UNESCO's Al Fawzan International Prize for 2023. Correct? Next. Name the research institute that recently delivered solar ultraviolet imaging telescope to the ISRO for their Aditya L1 solar mission. What is this L1 here? This is Lagrange 1 point, right? At this point, this particular telescope will be placed in the space or in the outer space. Correct? So, name the recent research institute that delivered SUIT, that is solar ultraviolet imaging telescope, to the ISRO for the Aditya L1 solar mission. Which is the university or institution? It is your Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics. Correct? And this was delivered by them, that is IUCAA. This was delivered by them to ISRO for their Aditya L1 solar mission. Correct? And also remember this SUIT, that is solar ultraviolet imaging telescope. It is one of the 7 payloads for the Aditya L1 mission, and it is the India's first mission to study sun. The name is Aditya. Right? Next. Prime Minister Narendra Modi during their latest Man Ki Baat episode spoke about Miyaki plantation, the dash country method of creating dense urban forest in small areas. So remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his Man Ki Baat episode spoke about this Miyaki plantation, the Japanese or Japan method of creating dense urban forest in small areas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also cited example of Kerala-based teacher Rafi Ramnath, who used the Miyaki technique to transform the barren land into mini forest, that is called Vidya Vanam, by planting 115 varieties of trees. Correct. So right option here is option fourth of Japan. This Miyake plantation is a technique of Japan. Correct. This methodology was developed in 1970s, right? And the basic objective here was to dense the green cover with a small parcel of land. Next, which state recently launched the financial recognition system for inner line permit system, that is ILP? So which state recently launched the financial recognition system for inner line permit system? It is your Manipur. Correct. Manipur's chief minister N Biren Singh launched this facial recognition system for the ILP, that is inner line permit. This ILP is an official travel document that is issued by the government of India, and this will allow inward travel of Indian citizens into a protected area for a limited time. This ILP came into effect in Manipur on 1st of January 2020. Correct? Next, which among the following is correct with respect to the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to USA? So if we talk about it, during this some important details were signed, right? First, they will be talking of working together on artificial intelligence, that is India and USA will be working together on AI. They will be working together to manufacture engines of plane in India, so that this will increase the manufacturing in India, industrial manufacturing in India. Then urea and fertilizer pact was also signed between these two countries. Then India and USA will send a joint mission to International Space Station in 2024, right? Correct. So these were some important that you should know. So if we talk about the same, here you will be see during Prime Minister visit to US, GE Aerospace, they signed an MOU with Hall in Washington to produce fighter jet engines for Indian Air Force, which I just mentioned. So A is correct. India and USA signed an agreement, Artemis Accords, and joint Indo-US mission to the International Space Station in 2024 on cooperation in space research. Right? So option 2 is also correct. We just saw. Option C is PM Modi and US President, they issued that US and India announced a $10 million grant for AI and infrastructure development. So remember, they did not announce this $10 million grant. It was actually a $2 million grant for artificial and not infrastructure. It is artificial and quantum technologies development, right? So to develop or to do collaboration in artificial intelligence and quantum technologies, $2 million grant was announced. So option C is wrong here. Only A and B is correct. Next is correct points with respect to SEBI, right? Steps taken by SEBI. So remember, SEBI has introduced ASBA, that is application supported by blocked amount. This is a like process for trading that is supported by blocked amount in secondary market. This will be applicable from 1st of January 2024, and the move is aimed to safeguard investors' cash collateral. Correct. This method will utilize funds that are in the investor's bank account rather than requiring the upward transfer of the trading member. Correct. It will integrate. RBI has approved the integration of UPI, correct, for the same, and in this framework, investors' fund will remain in their bank account but are blocked in favor of the clearing corporation until the block is released or debited from trading obligation. Correct? Then, if we look at it, the CC directly handles the, what is CC? Clearing corporation. CC directly handles the settlement of funds and securities, eliminating the involvement of trading partner. So yes, that is also correct. So if we look at it from the options, SEBI introduced this ASBA like process that is supported by blocked amount in secondary market and will be applicable from 1st of January. So option A is correct. Option B, we just saw, it is correct. Then option C is SEBI has also come out with disclosure formats for compliance reports on the governance and annual secretarial for emerging investment vehicles such as your REITs, that is your real estate infrastructure trust, and InvITs, that is your infrastructure investment trust. So option C is also correct. If you want to read further about REITs and invest, do watch our yesterday's current affairs video. I've explained about them very good in that particular video, right? What are REITs and InvITs, what are the advantages, what are the negatives of these REITs and InvITs in that video. Next, name the bank that recently became India's first public sector bank to introduce the facility of UPI payment to merchants through RuPay credit card. It is your Canara Bank. I repeat, Canara Bank, they became the first public sector bank to introduce the facility of UPI payments to merchants through RuPay credit cards in association with NPCI. Correct? And the facility is made available at Canara AI1. It is a banking super application of the Canara Bank. Correct? Next, which among the following is correct with respect to the World Bank's Fund for India in June 2023? So if we talk about them, remember recently World Bank has approved $391 million in financing to the improving healthcare services and economic opportunities in the northeastern states of Assam of India, that is Assam and Tripura. So both the states are correct and the amount is also correct. So option 1 is right here, and it will improve healthcare and economic opportunities in the northeastern states of India, that is Assam and Tripura. So option A is right here. Moving to option B, the Assam State Secondary Healthcare Initiative for Service Delivery Transformation, that is ASSIST project, will receive $251 million, and the Tripura Rural Economic Growth and Service Delivery Project will receive $140 million. So what we have to check, is the amount right? $251 million for ASSIST project? Yes. And for the Tripura Rural Economic Growth and Service Delivery Project, it will receive $140 million. Yes, this is also correct. So both the option A and B are right here. Let's move to option C. The World Bank has approved $300 million loan to enhance the quality of education in government-run schools in Odisha under the project Chalk. So is it correct? No, it is not the World Bank that is approved, or it is not the state that is wrong here. It is the state that is wrong here. That is $300 million has been approved by the World Bank, and it has been approved for improving the education, but it was in the state of Chhattisgarh, not in Odisha, and it was launched under the project Chalk. What is Chalk? Chalk itself, you should know from the Chalk itself that Chalk was launched by Chhattisgarh government, and the full form of Chalk is Chhattisgarh Accelerated Learning for a Knowledge Economy Operation. Correct? Next. The S&P Global Ratings retained their forecast for India's economic growth at 6% for financial year or for fiscal year 23-24. Correct? So S&P Global Ratings, they retained the forecast for Indian economy's growth, that is at 6% for financial year 23 to 24. Correct? Here the GDP is projected to rise 6.9% during 24 to 25, and in 25 to 26 it is expected to rise by 7.1%. Correct? So this expectation, no, this data, you should understand that India will be clocking, don't remember the exact amount here, just remember that India will be clocking 6% plus GDP growth rate from 24, 25 or 26. Correct? Then remember India, Vietnam and Philippines, they are continue to lead with an average growth of 6.7, 6.6 and 6.1 respectively. Correct? Next, so right option here is according to S&P Global Ratings, the India's economic growth rate is around 6% for fiscal year 23-24. Next is which of the following personalities have recently joined the MCC, that is Melbourne Cricket Club World Cricket Committee. So it has been joined by both second and third, that is Meg Lanning and Jhulan Goswami as well as Ewan Morgan. These are the three cricketers, right? They have joined the MCC Melbourne Cricket Club World Cricket Committee, correct? And this trio has joined the committee ahead of their meeting at the Lord's Cricket Ground that is in London, UK. Also remember, if we talk about Jhulan Goswami, she is an Indian women cricketer and she was honored with Padma Shri in 2012 for her service towards sports. Then she was awarded with Arjuna Award in 2010, right? Next, name the personality who was recently appointed as the director of the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. So, Aarti Hola Mani, right? She is an Indian American who has been appointed as the director of the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. Correct? And remember, Aarti Hola Mani, she will be succeeding Simonta Di Pippo. She is of Italy, who served as the director of United Nations Outer Office for Outer Space Affairs from 2014 to 2022, and now she will be replaced by Aarti Hola Mani. Correct? Next, name the union minister who recently launched Nandi NOC, that is no objection certificate approval for new drug and inhalation system portal. He is Purushottam Rupala, our union minister of fisheries, animal husbandry and dairying. Correct? He has launched Nandi NOC. What is this Nandi NOC? It is no objection certification and it is the approval for the new drug and inhalation system portal at the Krishi Bhavan in New Delhi. The Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy developed this portal through the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. And the aim here is to enhance the regulatory approval process and ensure transparency in assessing and examining the veterinary products proposal. Right? So the launch of this Nandi portal marks the important steps taken by DAHD. Correct? What is DAHD? It is your Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying in realizing the objectives that are set out in its Animal Pandemic Preparedness Initiative. Correct? So question asked here is this Nandi portal, this Nandi NOC no objection certificate was launched by Purushottam Rupala ji. Next, which bank recently announced a plan to shift their global headquarters from Canary Wharf to London City Finance District by the end of 2026? It is your HSBC Bank. Correct? HSBC Bank will shift their global headquarters from Canary Wharf to London City Finance District by the end of 2026. Next is Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts organized an exhibition that is banking on World Heritage with the theme Vasudev Kutumbakam or One Earth, One Family, One Future. Here Vasudev Kutumbakam or One Earth, One Family, One Future is the theme of dash, and it is a simple question. It is the theme for India's G20 presidency. Right? This is the basic and direct question that you have to remember. Correct? Moving on. Next, the Union Minister of States Krishan Pal inaugurated a center of excellence that was named Unnat Takniki Pradarshan Kendra at National Power Training Institute that is in Badarpur in New Delhi. This UT Prerak, that is your Unnat Takniki Pradarshan Kendra, it has been set up by dash, it was set up by BEE, that comes under the Ministry of Power. BEE is your Bureau of Energy Efficiency, right? And it was set up to boost industry adoption of clean and energy efficient technologies that will boost the India's global energy transition, and it will make India a developed nation by 2047. Correct? And remember, an MOU was signed here between BEE and your NPTI, that is your National Power Training Institute, that is in Badarpur. Correct? Moving on. Which among the following is correct with respect to the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to USA and Egypt in June? Here, among them, if we look at option A, during this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited USA, and Boeing in the USA has announced a $100 million investment in infrastructure and programs to train pilots in India. So, yes, option A is right here. Second, three US tech giants of Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, they have committed and announced major capital investment and technological cooperation in India for the growth of Indian technology. So, yes, option B is also right. Then, third, during PM visit to Egypt, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el Sisi conferred the country's highest state honor, that is the Order of the Nile Award, to PM Narendra Modi. Yes, it's correct, and it is one of the most important current affairs that you should know. That which country honored Prime Minister Narendra Modi with Order of the Nile? It is Egypt, and the award is Order of the Nile Award, and it is the highest state honor of Egypt. Correct? Next, according to QS World University Ranking 2024, according to this, IIT Bombay is the only Indian institute featured among the top 150 universities, while MIT of Cambridge, USA has topped the list for the 12th time. I repeat, if we are talking about the Indian institute, so it is that has topped in this list, that is topped in the top 150, it is your IIT Bombay. And if we are talking about global institute that has topped here, it is your MIT of USA that has topped here for the 12th time in the QS World University ranking, right? Important. Then, as I just mentioned, it is in the top 150. That means the rank of IIT Bombay here is 149th, and on first position it is your MIT. Correct? Then MIT is followed by the University of Cambridge, that is in UK, in the second position, and Oxford University in the third position. This QS World University ranking is the 20th edition of this ranking, and it has featured more than 1500 institutions across 104 locations globally. Apart from IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi is the only Indian institution among the top 200 in the 2024 ranking, right? So in top 150 it is IIT Bombay, and in top 200 it is your IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi. Next, which among the following is correct with respect to the steps taken by WHO? So, among the WHO and International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use announced a collaboration to increase the registry and sharing of regulatory information on medical products across the world. So, option A is correct. Then B, WHO and UNICEF signed an MOU to collaborate on joint global advocacy initiatives over the next 3 years to promote and protect health for all. So remember, it is WHO and not UNICEF, it is WHO and Global Citizen. Global Citizen, they recently signed an MOU to collaborate on joint global advocacy initiatives over the next 3 years to protect and promote health for all. Correct? And the third option is the MOU signed at the event named Power Our Planet Live in Paris event held during the summit for a new global financing pact in the Paris, France. So yes, the event here is also correct, and it was held in Paris, France. So correct option is option A and C. Next, which company has recently partnered with Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited to provide private 5G network solutions? It is your L&T Technology Service Limited, right? L&T has partnered with BSNL, that is Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, to provide fifth generation network solutions for global enterprises, providing faster connection speed and lower latency. Private 5G network has unlocked companies AR, that is augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT, and are expected to go beyond $8 billion by 2026 from the annual growth rate of 35.7% from 2022 onwards. Right? So we can say that this 5G fifth generation network solutions will be increasing our economy at an average growth rate of, or an annual average growth rate of 35.7% since 2022. Correct? And it is expected that it will reach $8 billion by 2026. Next, which among the following personalities has have named for the honorary awards at Academy's 14th Governors Award? Correct? Who among the following? So all these three, Carol Littleton, Angela Bassett, and Mel Brooks, right? They will be honored with the honorary awards at, right, the Academy's 14th Governor Awards. Next, when was Helen Keller's Day? I repeat, when was Helen Keller's Day 2023 observed across the globe? So this day is observed on 27th of June, right? And it is day to celebrate the birth of Helen Keller. Although Helen Keller was born deaf and blind, she preserved in life and achieved her goals. She became a writer, published numerous books, founded the American Foundation for the Blind, and served as an advocate for people with disabilities. Correct? Next, GI tag, geographical indication tag, is given to a particular product for a particular location. Recently, GI tag was granted by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to 7 handicraft products of UP. With the addition of the products, the number of GI tags from UP has increased to dash. So the number of GI tags from UP has increased to 52 with the addition of these 7 handicraft products recently. Correct? Also remember, if we ask which is the state that is top or which has topped in the number of GI tags, it is your Uttar Pradesh only with a total of 52 GI tags. Next, Union Minister of Mines Prahlad Joshi released the first ever report on critical minerals for India. And how many essential minerals were identified by the reports? A total of 30 minerals were identified by the report, and our Union Minister of Mines Prahlad Joshi released this first ever report on critical minerals for India. This report has highlighted the India's indispensable role of these critical minerals in driving economic development and ensuring national security. If it talks about these minerals, some of them are gallium, germanium, graphite, copper, cobalt, beryllium, bismuth, phosphorus, potash, strontium, etc. Right? And these essential minerals are crucial for other sectors such as your agriculture sector. In defense sector we use them, in pharmaceuticals we use them, in telecom sectors we are using them, right? For example, lithium we are using in our lithium ion batteries, right? And lithium reserve was recently found in Jammu and Kashmir. Next, which company recently received the first automotive PLI certificate from Automotive Research Association of India? It is your which company? So the right option here is Mahindra Last Mobility. They have received the first automotive PLI certificate from ARAI. Correct? And this was the first firm to receive this automotive PLI certificate under 25,938 crore PLI scheme for automobiles. Correct? Next, according to Fostering Effective Energy Transition 2023, this report was published by World Economic Forum and Accenture in June, and here the rank of India was 67th on the Energy Transition Index, while Sweden has topped the index with an ETI score of 78.5. So, what is the rank of India in this Energy Transition Index? For 2023, the rank of India is 67th, and which country has topped here, or the first position is of Sweden. Correct? Also remember, here on second position is your Denmark, and on third position is Norway. Next, which country has been removed from an annual report on the impact of armed conflict on children that was released by United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres? So, India has been removed from the annual report on the impact of armed conflict on children, and it is a big achievement for India. Correct? India has been included in this report since 2010, and here countries like Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Cameron, Lake Shed Basin, they were also the part of this report that stated because of the armed conflict, there has been huge impact, mental and social impact on the children. And recently in 2023, India has been removed from this list. Correct? A big achievement for India. Next, Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Purushottam Rupala, launched Report Fish Disease, an Android-based mobile application for aquatic animal disease reporting, which research organization of ICAR developed the app under the National Surveillance Program for Aquatic Animal Disease. It is your ICAR, National Bureau of Fish Genetic Resources. Option B is correct here. Correct. And remember this RFD, Report Fish Disease. This app provides advice to the farmers associated with aquaculture and help them to connect directly to district fisheries officers and scientists. Next, which country has recently conducted the first ever test of VMAX, that is a hypersonic glide vehicle that was to develop new missile technology. So remember this VMAX hypersonic glide vehicle was tested for the first time by France. Correct? And the French VMAX program, it is being developed by Ariane Group. This is a defense company and it is specializing in the space launches. Correct? So it is your France that tested or for the first time conducted the test of a VMAX hypersonic glide vehicle. Next, which state government recently signed an MOU with Micron to set up a $2.75 billion semiconductor assembly and test facility? It is your Gujarat, right? Gujarat state signed an MOU, and I started starting of the video I mentioned that in Gujarat you will be seeing semiconductor manufacturing, you will be seeing artificial diamond manufacturing, and the artificial diamond that was gifted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the wife of Joe Biden was an artificial diamond that was manufactured in Gujarat itself. Correct? And here it will be of $2.75 billion worth. Correct? Where do we use these semiconductors? These semiconductors are used in all the electronic devices, from your smartphones to your televisions to your refrigerators to even your cars nowadays. Next, in which Indian state UT the world's second largest park, that is Eco Park, is being constructed? So this world's second largest park, that is Eco Park, is being constructed in New Delhi, and this is under construction in Badarpur. This park will cover 885 acres of area, and it is being built by central government at a cost of approximately 450 crore rupees according to DNA India. The park will open ahead of Lok Sabha elections in December 2023, and the main purpose for construction of this park is to preserve the ecological balance of Delhi. Right? So friends, these are your important current affairs for the fourth week of the June month. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and if you found something interesting today, if you have learned something today, then I want you to like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Doing this will motivate me to make better content for you in the long run. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.